Okay, so it's the end of my 7-day challenge. I did it with all of you as well. I decided last week it'd be a great idea for me to add it to my week this week and kind of see where it goes. I'm going to admit that when I started it, I was excited and thinking that this was just going to be another addition to kind of already the meditative dream type inspirational stuff I do every day. And I didn't expect what I got at all. I don't even know where I'm going to go with this video, to be honest with you, because it's been such an immense week for me. I feel like what I've been calling since yesterday, a little bit soul tired. My soul feels like it needs to take a break by yesterday afternoon. I think that we all, myself, I'll speak for myself, tend to walk around with a superwoman cape on all the time. It's kind of become a joke between Brian and I that every now and then I can throw it in the dryer or the washing machine and take a break from having to be superwoman and ask for help when I need it and admit my vulnerabilities. And I'm really not good at doing that. Didn't expect to cry. This week has been a massive week for me in terms of knowing that it's okay to be afraid and knowing it's okay to admit those fears and talk about them. That it doesn't make me a weaker person, that it actually makes me stronger for being able to admit them and being able to show the true me, the naked me. I've actually became very proactive at the beginning of this week in crafting out a meditative time for myself with the Creed written down. I actually wanted to bring the book with me to show you, but I forgot it in the other room. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to go grab it 1 second. I'm coming. I've been walking around with this book all week. No matter where I go, it comes with me, and I've written at the beginning of it the Creed, which I read over to myself literally every single time I pick up this book. And I was surprised this week because I didn't think that this week going into it was going to be as powerful as it was for me. I actually kind of thought that, I was strolling along really good, and I'm going to admit that I don't think that I recognized how much growth needed to happen for me in this realm of being vulnerable and shedding my superwoman image. But all of it's been good. There's been a lot of growing pains that have happened along the way. And I think by Wednesday is when I kind of figured out what I needed to do to stay in the mode that I was in, to stay in the vulnerable, naked, real me mode. So that's when I started toting this book around. And there's just some really powerful things in this book that hit me a couple months ago about being true to yourself and being the real you. I posted a status a couple of days ago, and I don't know if you caught it, but it said, between every thought is a little gap of silence, and that's where you'll find the real you. The first time I read this, it resonated with me really strongly, and when I started reading the Creed this week, it brought me back to this book, and the two of them seem to interconnect for me, which is the reason that I wrote the Creed in this book, and I promised myself to kind of keep this with me. And now that I've shed this cloak of superhero, superwoman, supermom, everything, I feel like I'm at a true point of my life where I can really ascend past that barrier that I recognize now has kind of always been a limit for me is feeling a cap of where I've got to in life. So yeah, that's been my week. I apologize if this was, a little bit all over the place. I still feel somewhat all over the place after this week. I can totally relate to, a couple people who've talked about feeling great and feeling uncomfortable all at the same time. This is what my week has been like. I felt soul cleansing happening at the same time as the growing pains and discomfort that happened with them. But I feel like I've reached a new level, and I'm confident that I'm going to continue to ascend from here. So that's my update on my 7-day challenge with the Creed.